Hi, my name is Ashikin Binti Rosli. I'm from BA2353C. And today I'll be talking on how to handle patient complaints. But first, what is patient complaints? Complaints can be defined as patient issues that can be resolved promptly or within 24 hours. It involves staff who are present at there. It can be nurse, patients, advocates, administrative staff, or the doctor itself. Mostly patient complains about the environmental concerns such as they lost their personal belongings or the poor service that they have experienced, or they need to wait for too long for the appointments and others service that provider that healthcare provide. The complaints can come in three ways, which is formal, informal writtens, and verbal. For example, I experienced myself the service provided by the hospital. My father had appointments at 10 a.m. and we arrived at 9:30. We wait almost 3 hours and we get to see the doctors. After 3 hours, how long? Can you imagine how long we need to wait? With my father conditions, I can imagine things like that happens again. I made a complaint to the administrations regarding our situations. And we know that many people are waiting for their appointments too, but how can our waiting times so long until 3 hours? And we have another things to do and another important things to do also. I know it's impossible to make everyone happy all the times, and complaints are bound to happen within the medical field as often as in any other service industry. There are several ways to handle these patients' complaints that can be benefit to everyone. Keep in mind that complaints are important aspect in improving our work quality. First step is by lending your ears and listen to them. It may sound like a basic thing to do, but it's an important step when handling with unhappy patients. By listening to their complaints, you can get to know what the problems they are having right now. Most of the time, patients or people who complain is want someone who willing to listen to their complaints. Do not argue and control your emotions while listen to them. Make sure you keep eye contact with them to make they believe that you are listening to them right now. Once they are done expressing their concerns, summarize all the issues that they brought out and talk back to them. It will make them convinced that you are listening to their story and complaints. For the second step is promptly address to the issue after you have listened carefully to the patient's complaint and acknowledge their feelings. It's important to keep in your minds that the person who complains is a patient and he or she may not in a stable state or may not feeling well. Try to put yourself in the patient's shoes and understand their frustrations. Once you have determined the effective way to resolve the complaints, try to explain to them how you are going to resolve the complaint and talk about the effort you have made to solve their complaint. Let the patients know that their complaints are taken seriously and it will be reviewed and discussed among the management to help improvise or help to resolve the complaints. Third step is follow up with the patients. After taking measure to resolve the patient's complaints, try to follow up with them and telling the progress of the complaints. It will help them to wait patiently and give them the time frame because complaints need times to be resolved. In this time, communication is the key when you want to explain to them regarding their progress of the complaints. It may sound like things that you want to tell people every day, but it's not like that. You want to tell the progress of the complaints. When you have a good communication, it can avoid any other miscommunication that will arise later on. If the time frame that you have given to the patients to wait for their progress complaint, you may talk to them regarding the process that the process of the complaint need to go through. And if the issue was not resolved, it's beneficial to tell them that the complaints is still under the process, and it may take a longer time to be complete. By doing that, it can ease the patient's mind and they think that you are seriously taking care of their complaint seriously, and it will help them to trust in you more. Last step is thank the patients and record all the informations. By doing that, patients know that you appreciates their complaints, and it will help them to share the good review or they share their experience with when they complains to the managements. It will give a good review, good effect to our managements, to your managements. It shows how you handle the patient satisfactions, and it will improve your image quality. But don't forget to record all your information that you have gathered from the complaints, because it can be your reference when you have another complaints that's similar to this. I understand that patients' complaints can be uncomfortable sometimes, but try to stay positive. Maybe you can try to view the complaint as an opportunity for you to improve your skill and provide amazing experience for the patients. That's all from me. Thank you for your time and lending your ear to listen to my talk. Stay safe everyone, and stay at home during this pandemic. Bye bye.